Hello and welcome to this little CCB video blog. I think this is the first time I've ever done, I guess, what they call a reaction video. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's what they call this when you react to a video. But this one's about the guy, Mike Long. I guess it's the new big thing in bass fishing. This video the guy put out of him, snagging fish and big fish and lying about it. Well, I learned about this from one of my friends. I was on the phone with him. He goes, "Oh, have you seen that new video of that guy Mike Long?" And I'm like, "Mike Long? I don't remember the name." He goes, "Oh no, he's from California. He catches he's a big swim bait guy, and he catches all those big fish. And well, somebody exposed him, and he snags him with a big treble hook, and this and that." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't know. The name doesn't ring a bell." Well, then I found that article. Before I found the video, I found the article. I read the article. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember these stories back in the early 2000s when I was in the clubs and that. I was like, oh yeah, I heard the stories about the guy that did this and cheated in a tournament and this and that. I just didn't remember Mike Long. I didn't remember the name. But pretty much, back then everybody knew his name, at least in California. That I don't think he was big elsewhere. But at least in California, yeah, he was the big bass guy and caught all these big bass. And there were always rumors of him, snagging him or cheating or catching him in one lake and taking pictures of him at different lakes and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was known. People my age that are fishermen and all that from California, we know who he is and we've known about him. But then I, heard about this video and all that, and well, I might as well just let it start playing in the background. Yeah, I'm sure not everybody has seen this. A lot of people, like I said, probably don't really even know who he is. Let me turn this down more. But like I said, my friend was going around the phone and yeah, he snags them all on the side and he does this and that and he uses a big treble hook. And then I watched the video and yeah, he has a treble hook and he actually looks like he has a pretty good bed fishing rig. I mean, a lot of these fish, there's one that's in the side, but a lot of them he catches, it's right around the mouth. By what I observed and I'm watching, he's not just throwing it over the top of them and snagging. It looks like he's actually, working it and getting them close to it, and who knows, sometimes they might actually swipe at it or bite at it and he sets the hook. Because a lot of them, one was right here in the mouth, another one's kind of close. But if you've ever bed fished, even with a jig with an open hook, I mean, that's why there's a rule in the major fishing tournaments when you're sight fishing. You have to show it to either your marshal or your co-angler to prove it was caught inside the mouth. Because a lot of times you're sight fishing and a lot of big fish, you will snag them outside the mouth or under here or yeah, sometimes in the side. It happens. I mean, you're watching them and they come up to it and they swipe. They might hit it, spit it, but you set the hook, it could. But yeah, it looks like he has a treble hook and he has 3 grubs on each hook and thinner. But I don't know. I didn't get much out of this as far as when I saw it. And the fact is, it's just fishing, guys. I mean, fishermen and golfers are the most honest liars in the world. That's a quote I found when I was looking for this, and it's pretty funny. But, I mean, he's hooking the fish. Yeah, he's taking pictures of them. Yeah, he's putting them on Instagram. He's not saying that he didn't catch it in the mouth. But the reality is he's letting the fish go at least, and he's treating them and all that. And I'd be much more upset if this is a video of a bunch of people snagging big fish like this and putting them in a bucket and taking them home and eating them. I mean, yeah, he's doing this and he's putting it up on Instagram and he's lying about it. But I've seen fishermen do this for years. Especially the whole thing where he might catch them sight fishing and then take them out by the dam and take a picture of them and say he caught them on a big swim bait. So he's lying about the bait he caught them on. And he might be lying because he might have snagged it instead of actually hooked it in the mouth. Like I said, it's just fishing. It's not like he's a pedophile or he's a serial rapist or a domestic abuser or something. And like I said, this stuff's been going on forever. People wanting everybody to think they're the big fish guy and they catch all these big fish in all these different lakes. A story of me way back in the 80s, before all social media and everything else. My local lake, Puddingstone. There was a picture on the board because all the lakes right at the kiosk where you pay, they always had a board that people put pictures of the fish they caught at that lake. And there was this guy that had a limit and he was holding all 5 of them. I think it was the picture was at night on his boat. so you couldn't actually really tell where it was taken. But I mean, it was probably like, it was like 6, 7, and 8 pounders, like a 40-pound limit or something. And I remember one time there was a guy in his bass boat that came in, and I'm like, I didn't know there were such big fish in here. Like, where did these guys catch these fish in this lake? He goes, oh, that guy didn't catch those fish here. He caught them down in San Diego. I'm all, well, he goes, oh no, that picture's on the board of a lot of different lakes. He just took the picture around and put it on all these different lakes, cork boards, so that everyone thinks he caught these fish in that lake. And that was back in the 80s. and the guy took the effort to travel to a bunch of different lakes and put this same picture of his fish up on their board. So everyone would think he was a master and caught just huge fish out of all these lakes. Same thing this guy's doing. I mean, yeah, there's a rumor he cheated in some tournaments and stuff. Yeah, that's a different story if you're in a tournament. But he's out here on his own. He's catching them. He's posting them. But I looked at some of his posts when they showed the posts he did. 300 likes, 4 comments. It's not like this guy's, you know, having like 5,000, 6,000 likes, 10,000 likes, and like 4,000 comments on that. That's hardly anything on Instagram. 330 likes and 4 comments, and it was a huge bass. I have posts that don't have quite as many likes, but I'll have like 10 or 15 comments. More attention than this guy gets. And also with the snagging thing and him, you know, taking the pictures and that, like, to me, it's just fishing, guys. Like, big deal. We've known for years that this guy lies. Now it's just exposed to a younger generation and more people all over. But at Pinot, I've seen kids trying to catch a big bass on a nest, and they think they hit it, and they catch him, and it's outside the mouth and that. And I'll walk up and they'll like take the hook out, and they'll have their friends take pictures, and they'll post it on their Instagram and their Snapchat saying they caught this big fish. Funny. They don't mention that they snagged it. They just say, I caught it off a bed. So, I mean, all fishermen do this. A 7-pounder becomes a 9-pounder. A 9-pounder becomes a 10-pounder. I mean, yeah, big deal is what my reaction is to this video. And the other thing is, this guy doesn't even come on the video. The guy that like wrote the article and did this video. I mean, you know me and how I am about things, because I'm doing this right now. I would have been on there in the beginning going, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I just don't like the fact that this guy is snagging bass and saying that he's catching them legally and this and that, so blah, blah, blah. No, he doesn't show up at all, doesn't put his face on it, doesn't even put his voice on it. Just a bunch of cheesy, crappy music with jittery telephoto video from so far away. And while I'm on that point, I'm more worried about this guy. I'm more worried about the guy that filmed this. Because who is that vindictive that they would spend 2 years hiding in trees and hiding behind rocks and bushes and up on top of hills just to take this guy down? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he stole his girlfriend or cheated with his wife, but it seems you have to be very, very vindictive to spend 2 years climbing around and hiding like on mountaintops and hiding 200 yards away with a telephoto lens just to take a guy down. Just to say, oh, this guy's, he's a cheater. I mean, he still had to find the fish. He still had to know where those fish were bedding. And a lot of it by me, the way that he's setting the hook and everything and kind of working the rod. I mean, he looks like he's moving those baits to get those fish next to it or by it. It's not like he's just throwing it out and like randomly reeling it up to him and setting the hook. It looks like in a lot of it he's actually, and we don't see what he sees. Maybe that fish is swiping at it and he's, you know, setting the hook then. But it doesn't look like he's just throwing it out. And I said it's good. It's kind of like a Tokyo rig with a treble hook. It looks like 3 white grubs on. That might be actually a really good way to catch bass, is that little rig he's got. You got 3 hooks, and there's nothing illegal about having 3 hooks with plastics on them. But I said there's a couple of them, where you can tell it's snagged aside. But I said that happens. That's why it's a rule in major bass tournaments that when you're sight fishing, it has to be in the mouth. I've been behind pros sight fishing in the FLW tournaments, and they'll end up snagging the bass. Because they'll swipe at it, they think it's in their mouth, they set the hook, and they'll go, and they'll show it to me, and so then hook it, and they'll throw it back. They're not taking pictures and putting it on Instagram, but I mean, like I said, that one I just put up, like 330 likes and 4 comments. That's, if he's doing it to be this huge guru and make money and be the king of big bass, by that amount of views and likes, he's not doing a very good job. I don't know how many followers he has, but it's not like these videos are making him millions of dollars or something, and he's like fooling people to be this rich guy. I mean, if you look at that, a lot of the YouTubers, when they do the clickbait and say huge bass and that, and there's none of that in their video, they're more ripping people off than this guy is, just by doing what he's doing here. So you can obviously tell that, I mean, I don't like the guy, but like I said, once I read the articles, I've known about him and stuff, but big deal. I'm like, yeah, he cheats, it's his deal, big deal. Most of us know it and go, oh, big deal. But for this guy, like I said, to spend 2 years and to write that article, I mean, what's the backstory here? What did Mike do to this guy? I think his name's Don. What did he do to him that makes him spend all this time just to smear the guy and destroy him? And evidently he took down his Instagram site. Mike Long did. I don't know if it's true or not. That's what I heard. But yeah, guys, this is my reaction to this video. I guess that's what you do in reaction videos. And well, I kind of like it. So I'm probably gonna do some more reaction type videos to some other videos that I see that really sort of irk me. Because like I said, this one did. I mean, when my friend explained it to me on the phone about how he would snag him and all that, I had, I thought just a weight and a bare treble hook, and he was just reeling it up to him and snagging him and that. But then I saw the video and the way he was kind of working it, and yeah, some of them were near it, but nothing like what the rumor is of how he's doing it. Like, he's just throwing it out like you would, snag carp, and just yanking, or just seeing him there and just bringing it up to him and yanking and bring it. It looks like he's actually working it. Well, I already said this anyway, but it looks like he's working it and he's getting them close to it and all that. I don't know if they do get it in the mouth, he'll hook him in the mouth. If they miss it, he might, because some of them are close to the mouth, which I said happens when you're sight fishing. But yeah, at this point, I'm probably, going on a little too much. But for this to be like the big hype in the bass world right now, I'm just like, who cares? Like, big freaking deal. He's got to deal with it. He's the one that knows he's lying. He's knows he's the one that snags him sometimes, or intentionally tries to snag him. But he's not eating the fish. He's not killing the fish. And I watched Scott Martin's video where they were kind of talking about this for a little bit, and he said the same thing. He's like, I would tell you I snagged it, but if I saw an 18-pounder in that, yeah, I'd snag that thing just to get it in my hand, just like, oh my God, guys, look at this fish. I mean, halfway joking that, but still, that was kind of my reaction to it too. Like, he also said, I wouldn't want to fish in a tournament against the guy, which is kind of funny because he's actually sort of been known to cheat in tournaments, which that one I would be extremely agreeing with the video and everything if it was him caught cheating in a tournament, because that I am very, very against. But with this, who's he hurting? I mean, who's he hurting? Seriously. He's just catching them and putting it on there. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's making millions of dollars off this or anything, but it's just fishing. It's like I said, it's not like he's a pedophile or rapist or embezzler or drug dealer. He's just catching fish, taking pictures, and maybe lying about how he caught him or where he caught him. I don't think it's really that huge of a story in the bass world. So yeah, that's my reaction to this video. Like I said, I'm going to do some more because this is kind of fun. And I have some other videos that I really would like to give my reaction to what I think of the videos and like the titles and the whole, anyway, a reaction video. But yeah, this was fun, guys. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed it. And please join us for our next video blog or our next reaction video when I get one done. Our fishing shows, we do tips and tricks, we do Bodgy Bites. We go live Tuesday and on the weekends. Tuesday is a hangout. We have fun here. We talk about fishing and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes play games. Saturday and Sunday I go live, and usually I'm somewhere fishing. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed my first reaction video. Till the next one.